Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today we are going to dive a little bit deeper into the world of selling on Amazon. And I want to roll back this conversation a little bit because I do feel like there is just this language around reselling, and I can get into the weeds of like FBA shipments and what's your ROI and winning the buy box and what's an ASIN, and it can leave you really overwhelmed if you're not familiar with what any of those terms mean. So today we are going to break down an Amazon listing, the different parts of an Amazon listing, and when you're researching and sourcing, how these all play a very big role in deciding if the item is a good purchase to sell on Amazon. So let's get into it. When I do sit down to research or I'm standing in a store, I pretty much start with this step, opening up Amazon to look at the overall listing to make sure there's no obvious red flags. And that's right, I'm just Amazon.com on my app or on a computer, and I want to open up the listing and look at all the different parts because they really all play into selecting a healthy listing, potential problems, or looking at sellers on the listing, and on and on and on. So that for me is step one. And I understand and realize that if you are new to Amazon, you might not even know what to look for. So today I hope this will be a good step in explaining and breaking down the things you need to look for in a listing. And this is definitely going to be a two-part video because I want to talk today just about the parts of a listing and what makes up a good listing. And then in the next video, I'm going to share more about all the extra details that are involved. I understand that if you're new to this, it can be overwhelming when you look anything up on Amazon and you're like, what am I looking at when somebody says a buy box? How do I get in the buy box? And all of these parts, there is a full nother conversation to have behind them, but at least you'll know the terms we're referring to when we talk about a listing on Amazon, what's included, and just like the baseline of what things you should be looking for when you are sitting in a store researching or you're at home researching. Today, we're going to look at all the different parts of a listing. So when we are saying winning the buy box, for instance, you understand where that is located on an actual listing. And I like to, when I find a product either in a store or I'm sitting at home and researching, my first step is opening up Amazon. Amazon is a great research tool, Amazon.com. You have access to Amazon right now and can start pulling out products, looking up clearance, and researching straight from Amazon.com. Now you will see I have a couple extensions. This is Reseller. And I do like, this will tell me if it's in the multiple category, meaning you can't send multiples into a warehouse during the summer months. It'll also flag me it'll let me know also if this is considered hazmat. It'll break down the fees and a couple other little features. And I will also have Keeper running right here, which is all the data history, sales history for the life of this listing, which you can see here is 1,633 days. So obviously, we start at the top, and we're going to start with the title. Believe it or not, titles are important. You can get IP issues. I think it is Bath and Body Works will come after listings that are not spelled correctly. There's something wrong in the listing. And sometimes you'll find listings that the title is just a jumble of words. Not great, not accurate, not straightforward. It's going to be confusing, and that is going to be a red flag on the listing. This one looks fine, but let's start at the top. The listing title is important. Next, when we scroll down, we have the ingredients and about this item. And here's something you may not know is anybody anywhere can create a listing on Amazon. So just because this product is live on Amazon does not mean it has been thoroughly vetted. Now, Amazon is getting better at taking down listings that are potential issues that are not created correctly. But once you add this listing to your catalog, you are responsible for it. It doesn't matter if you created it or not. You are adding and actively selling on it. And you can add a listing to your catalog and not even update inventory, meaning you it's at 0 that you have available to sell. And you can still be hit with claims. Like if this overnight turned into a restricted product, you would get a claim even if you were not actively selling on it. So that being said, you are responsible for every listing you sell on. So it is really important that you go through some of this fine print and make sure that you have covered yourself. There's just not the obvious issues. Sometimes you'll come into this about section and it's wrong. It's confusing, especially when you start selling on multiples, like if there's 2 packs or if somebody created a bundle, which means they added something extra. Maybe it was their own product they created. You will see that typically in here. And I just like to go through this and make sure nothing is standing out to me that could be a problem. Before we go any farther, this is the buy box. This box right here. When we reference buy box, this Amazon is in the buy box. And so here is something also. If it is coming from an Amazon warehouse, it would say ships from Amazon, sold by Emily, or whatever my store name is. So that is how you know it is coming from a third-party seller. Now, if it is coming straight from me, it would say ships from Emily and sold by Emily. That means it is coming from my warehouse straight to the customer. Now, obviously Amazon is here, but if you come to other sellers, you can see that here. This is coming straight from Big Brown Box Company. It's coming from them, wherever they're located. All these are considered merchant sellers. I was going to try to find an FBA seller for you. Are there any FBA sellers? These are all merchant. Still merchant. No, there's no, maybe this is like a fee problem. Maybe the fees are too high to send to FBA. Okay. And we're going to scroll down a little bit more. I do like to look at the product information, product details. Each listing on Amazon has product details section. And you will see this is where you find the ASIN. So if you decided you do want to add this product to your catalog, what I like to do is come here, copy and paste this ASIN because it is the product identifier for this specific listing. I would copy and paste this into Seller Central and list this product. Each listing has an ASIN, and that's how I like to add inventory over on Seller Central, just so I'm not having to like shuffle around and make sure I found the right listing. I want to add products using the ASIN. Next is the bestseller rank, and that is obvious, I think, but on Amazon, they have a sales rank. Each listing has a sales rank. Sometimes new listings, you will not find the sales rank. Sometimes it's just because people haven't bought it enough. There's not enough reviews. Other times it could be bigger issues like the listing has been suppressed. There's like foundationally something wrong with the listing, so it's not ranking correctly or the rank has fallen off. The sales rank is important. It tells you how popular this listing is. So this is 2,000. It is in the top 100 in grocery and gourmet. That is fantastic. You can have listings in 300,000. And it really depends. Each category can be a little bit different because some categories have way more products, like the book category, than something like grocery. But in general, 2000 rank is fantastic. Top 30 in chocolate candy. And the other thing is, you'll see here, this is categorized in grocery and gourmet food. That's the category it should be in. So that's great. Before we're done here, we're going to scroll down and look at reviews. Reviews are really important to the listing. And I think if more people read reviews, you wouldn't sell on some listings because you would see that, okay, this is going to cause issues. I like to look through reviews because potential issues usually show up in the reviews. And this really goes for something that's more multi-pack. If it's like 2 or 3 items, if you go to Red Bull cans typically have really poor reviews because people are paying crazy prices and they thought they were getting more, and they're getting like 2, 4, 12 cans. And the whole listing is very vague and really confusing, and it comes out in reviews. This is going to quickly and easily spell out for you the review section. If there are any potential problems on this listing, you will see it pretty quickly in the reviews. Sometimes you'll notice the reviews, the bad reviews are from a while ago, and then whatever problem they were referencing has been updated. But it's just kind of a good start to look at reviews and make sure you're not investing in a product that is going to lead to you refunding people. So I do like to scroll through the review section before I am done really vetting a listing and making sure it's something I want to add to my catalog and start selling. So I hope this was helpful at looking at all of the parts of a listing. I think reviewing listings on Amazon is a fantastic place to start. Even if you don't have Keepa or you're brand new, use what you have. Amazon is free. And really start vetting the listing to maybe just start looking and thinking, okay, here's what I have in my store, or you found something on clearance. Is this a potential item I could sell on Amazon? And I think it's good to start asking those questions now and doing the research for yourself. Research sourcing is the biggest part of what I do on Amazon. Some of these principles you can really start to do now without investing in anything fancy to get started. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it encouraged you to take another step in the reselling space. Thank you for watching this video. I'm sending you a lot of love on this beautiful sunny day from Iowa. Bye.